This is your Toadstool Pincushion project, and for this you are going to need to find yourself an old bobbin, ideally with no thread on at all, or just one that you're not going to be using. So you've actually got enough to make 2 of these in the kit, so I'll get rid of one set and we'll just work with this one. First step is to take these 2 white pieces. One's got the little pattern on there, and these are the bits that are going to wrap around the bobbin when they're finished, like so. So first job we need to do is actually just put them face to face, like that, with a 1/4 inch seam, go all the way around, leaving a gap at the top here to turn it right side out. And then, the same way as we did in the little bobbin roll project, we're going to make a Suffolk puff with this, and we're going to tighten in all of the edges to this. So we're going to hand sew around and pull it tight, but we're going to add some stuffing before we do that. So first of all, let me go to the machine. We'll get this one stitched together and we'll show you how the wrap goes around the outside of the bobbin. So I'm back from the sewing machine, and for this piece here all we now need to do is just clip those corners and get it turned right side out. So we'll quickly nip them off and then turn it through. And this piece is going to wrap around the body of the bobbin, and that's going to I'm really sorry, Jolly is one of the ducks and she can see me at the window and she wants to come in, because usually they get to come in the shed and have treats, but not when you're trying to do videos, they can't. But hey, it is what it is. Let me just try and turn this through a little bit. Now, using scissors is very, very naughty. You can get some really nice kind of pointed turners which are made from plastic that won't rip your fabric if you're using them. But unfortunately, I have left mine elsewhere, so I'm just going to be very gentle with my scissors and get these turned right side out. Same on the other side. Flip it through, push those corners out, and then it's a time to give it a really good press, because this, as you see, will fit exactly round the gap in that bobbin. And what we're going to do is, when we've got it turned right side out and pressed, we're going to just put a couple of ladder stitches in just to hold this in place, and this will form the base of your toadstool, and will also give you another place to stick any pins or needles into should you wish to. So there you go. So that's it, nice and flat. Probably push that corner out just a touch more, and then take that and get it pressed nice and flat, and then that's going to wrap around there. It should fit nicely together, so you can just ladder stitch it. If you need to overlap them a tiny bit because your bobbin size is different, then that's fine. There is a little bit of kind of wiggle room on there to overlap it if you need to. So then you're going to take a ladder stitch up there and attach it to the bobbin. For the bit that goes on the top, we're going to do a very similar stitch to what we used on the little roll-up. So we're going to make this into a Suffolk puff, but to get it to attach to the top of the bobbin, you've got 2 of these MDF discs, and you've got 2 of the dowel pegs that fit within there. The dowel pegs will also fit within your bobbin, so if you do want to ever change it or move the top to another bobbin, then absolutely you can. So first thing you're going to have to do is stick these 2 together. Now, you'll need a little bit of glue for this, just to attach these 2 pieces together so that they're going to stay nice and firm. You need to do that and then leave that to dry for a little bit so it's completely set before you come back to it and add your fabric. When you're ready to add your fabric, then we are going to use a running stitch. So let me just put a little knot in the bottom here. Same way as we did, same way as you make all your kind of Suffolk puff style things. So we're going to put a little knot in the end, and about a couple of millimeters from the edge, we're just going to pop a running stitch in. And the more even you can get this, the better, because what we're going to do is use a little bit of stuffing and actually stuff this to create the domed top for your toadstool. So I'll whiz round here and I'll come back to you when we're ready to get this all stuffed. So I've created the top for the toadstool there, and it needs to be attached to the wooden piece, because when we pull this together, we're actually going to put that wooden piece in first and then pull it tight so that long stalk is hanging out. Now, I've gone a bit overboard with my glue, so I'm going to have to come back to this in the morning once that glue's set, and then we'll do our final assembly. So it's the next morning, my glue has dried, and now we're just going to construct the whole project. Apologies, Jolly's very enthusiastic about this one. So we are going to take a bit of stuffing. I've just got a little bit of leftover foam that's been from another project, and I'm going to pop that into the middle. Then I'm going to add my disc and the little kind of spigot on it that's going to go into the centre of the cotton reel. And then I'm going to take both ends. Now I've doubled over my thread here, and because you're going to have to pull this nice and tight, it's definitely worth using a doubled over thread. And then, oops, I've got it all tangled up. There we go. Spit it back out. And then I'm just going to tie this up, and I'm going to put a nice solid double knot in, and then possibly even go back in and add a few more stitches just to tidy it up a little bit. And that's going to create the top of our toadstool. So you can see that slides into there, creates the top of the toadstool. And then once that's on, just going to stitch that around there, and that's going to create our little toadstool pincushion.